When a studio announces a dark psychological thriller based on Peter Pan, I don't expect childlike wonder, but I do expect a story that knows where it wants to fly. After all, as the original Pan once put it, second star to the right and straight on till morning. Sadly, Peter Pan's Neverland nightmare gets lost somewhere between the first turning and the nearest pothole. I walked into the cinema hopeful for a bold, brash twist on J.M. Barrie. What I got instead was a reminder that hope, as in most horror films, is the first thing to be murdered. The film pitches itself as a grimy blend of splatterpunk and psychological terror. Director and writer, working in worrying harmony, seem convinced that throwing gore at the wall counts as narrative momentum. Spoiler, it doesn't. We're dumped into the story with a strong enough opening, a trapdoor materializing in a bedroom floor, as if Pan has taken a gig moonlighting in Insidious. For a fleeting moment, I felt the film had a spark of supernatural promise. You know that feeling when you think a horror film might actually pull it off? Then it doesn't? That. Instead of embracing the surreal, the movie plants its feet firmly in the everyday. Pan emerges not as an eerie eternal boy, but a bargain bin slasher wearing a mask to hide burn scars. I couldn't help longing for Freddy Krueger, who understood that a villain ought to have personality. Freddy would have strutted on screen, cracked a joke, and terrified teenagers with flair. Pan here just sulks around like someone who missed their Comic-Con cue. The plot, using the term generously, revolves around Pan kidnapping a boy he plans to take to Neverland. Later we learn his Neverland is less Magic Kingdom and more mass murder retreat. A busload of children meets a grisly fate, yet for reasons the script can't be bothered to clarify, Pan decides not to kill his captive. Instead, he's told by his own shadow, yes really, to prepare the boy. As a narrative device, it's the kind of twist you write at 3 a.m. when coffee has replaced blood in your veins. Along the way, we meet Tinkerbell, reimagined as a strung-out, pixie dust-dependent, gender-fluid wreck, an idea that could have been clever in sharper hands. In this film, though, Tink has all the charm of a damp firework. Wendy, the frazzled sister searching for her kidnapped brother, fares no better. These characters should have been the beating heart of the film. Instead, they thud dully along, as flat as, well, the script's sense of purpose. With the story in tatters, the director throws everything into style. And to be fair, they manage a few moments where the film stirs to life. The standout is the school bus sequence. Tense, eerie, and handled with genuine skill. It's tight, quick, and atmospheric, the one point where I felt the film remember what horror is supposed to do. But like many modern fright flicks, it blows its best idea early. From there, we descend into a finale so drenched in blood that I began to suspect someone had a sponsorship deal with a ketchup factory. Buckets of red, chunks of limbs. Yes, the whole gruesome buffet is here. Yet, as the carnage drags on and the pacing wobbles, the shock value dissolves into boredom. Performances? A mixed bag. Mostly the kind you leave behind in Lost Property because you realize it isn't worth picking up. Much of the problem stems from the script, which offers the cast the emotional range of damp cardboard. The actor playing Pan flickers now and then into something genuinely unsettling, but these flashes are rarer than good DC movies, and we've all sat through those. Every character has a moment where they shine, usually for being over the top, but the general tone is so wooden, I half expected Jiminy Cricket to wander in and give them a pep talk. By the time the credits rolled, I felt that familiar reviewer's ache, the one Mark Kermode often references when a film makes you question your life choices. Yes, the movie has highlights. A couple. They flicker like dying light bulbs, offering glimpses of what might have been, but they're nowhere near enough to pull the whole thing out of the swamp it gleefully faceplants into. To steal a line from another cinematic icon, I'll be back. But the film? Absolutely not. If you're considering watching Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, do yourself a favor. Find something more exciting. Watching paint dry, sorting receipts, anything. The boy who wouldn't grow up deserved better. And frankly, so did we.